Welcome to our Africa Tech segment. Technology is here to stay, and with children being digital natives, many experts continue to emphasize the need to try and bridge the gap to prepare them for jobs of the future. However, it is essential to understand the impact of specific technologies and the best way to include them in the children's routine at home or in the classroom. I'm being joined now by Nneka Chukwulobe, Executive Director of the Creative Builders Club. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
So it's 2019. Technologies are everywhere. Should children be exposed to tech?
Oh, yes. Children should be exposed to technology because there's so many benefits. It helps with their creativity and innovation. It helps with their skills, developing their skills, language skills, analytical skills, because they have to do a lot of calculations. So basically, technology helps the children understand learning in a different way, because the world is fast evolving. And in this part of the world, we need to start exposing children so they can understand how other parts of the world are coming apart too.
Well, what age is too young?
Oh, there's no limits. At my center, we start enrolling children from 2.5 to 3-year-olds.
Okay.
We have resources that cater for their needs with regards to technology.
Okay, give us an example of what sort of resources should be introduced to children at that early age.
Okay, we have resources that have to do with gears, functions of gears, children being able to understand that there's mechanisms in almost everything that they come to see. I have children who, after a short while, they begin to figure out how things work. You know, maybe a spinning chair, they start wondering what's making the chair to spin. And then if they have access to technology subjects, they understand that most mechanical devices have gears around them. So those are like the basic things they learn in the, setting up technology for children. And then also with gadgets, they start understanding, learning is reinforced through these devices that we have, like mobile phones, tabs, and all that. We have apps that you can download on them, and these children learn better and faster using these means.
I'm sure you've had parents who think that these sorts of technologies are simply distractions for children. How can we convince parents that, this is good for experience and also to introduce them to technology?
Okay, well, a lot of parents feel that these resources are a form of distractions. They believe in high level of homework where they have to keep writing and writing. But hey, it's 2019, and I believe that children should start learning in different ways. So school providers, educators, the government, they can have platforms where parents are being educated on the importance of STEM education. So they understand that the future jobs the skills for the future jobs are majorly found in STEM education. Like in the World Education Forum some years back, it listed a lot of jobs which will be phased out in the near future, and STEM education, technology would replace a lot of things. So parents need to understand that we are evolving, and then these children need access to technological gadgets and things that will help them fit into the future in the next century, so they can be solution providers, and they could be innovators, and they could provide solutions to problems that they will face in the next century to come.
Okay, so tell me, what kind of opportunities can technology provide for children, especially when they start at such an early age? What's the future? What can they do in the future with it?
Okay, well, technology has a lot of benefits for children. Apart from developing their skills, like I said earlier, it develops their critical reasoning skills, their problem-solving skills. Apart from developing their skills, it has other benefits like the virtual learning, where children learn through collaboration, understanding the global world. I have schools who have gadgets like the virtual learning apps, where a child is here learning with another child in another part of the world. So in the future, they will be able to compete healthily and survive in the global world, where they don't have to move from here to, let's take, for instance, what's happening in China now. A lot of things are really going on, and we need to understand that the world is fast moving. So there are a lot of significance to exposing children early, and technology in general.
Yeah, let's bring it to schools back here in Nigeria. How can technology be used, integrated into learning in schools?
Okay, for schools to offer this, we started having things like STEM curriculum, even though it's not very official, but schools, school owners have said they realize now the importance of STEM education. So they opt for services of like Creative Builders Club, for instance. We go to schools to offer after-school service where we bring coding classes, robotics, and all that. So I would implore that there should be a standard curriculum generated by the government and also enforced to the schools where there could be guidelines on making sure that these children are being reached in different areas, and then also, you know, equipping our laboratories, like the secondary school laboratories, the physics lab, chemistry, and also polytechnics as well. I mean, we hardly hear anything about polytechnics these days, but that's mostly where most of this technology thing, I mean, if it can really be equipped, we would go a long way to that. So we have a way of, the government and the curriculum developers, I think there's high time we set up a curriculum for STEM education so that it can be implemented in schools and children can benefit from it.
Okay. Well, are there any disadvantages? And also, is there a limit? Is there a limit of too much when it comes to children, especially when they're so young, having access to technology?
Oh yes, there are limitations. I mean, too much of everything is not good. You know, like we all know. We see technology in everything we do. Back in the days, you hardly have access to televisions. Children come back home and they engage in outdoor play. They do their homework and then they engage with nature study where they play with sand, you know, climb trees and all that. But in recent times, children are stuck with devices, gadgets, television. So it has its own disadvantage. Like children they won't have connection with nature, number one. And then secondly, because they're not moving so often, they're just static in one area, on one spot, there's a tendency to be obese, you know, that's the health factor. Yeah. And then there are so many other things, but I think the advantages kind of outweighs the disadvantage. There could be a balance to it. I know parents who say that there's time to when the children can be exposed to TV, but some parents don't have limits. They use TV as an excuse to engage the children instead of getting other resources like puzzles and, you know, making them go out, ride bicycles and all that. They say, oh, watch TV, or you take this device and they are stuck to it. So there should be a balance. Parents should find a way to strike a balance. Even with schools, they should find a way to strike the balance and not put all the, I don't know, as in transfer everything to technology instead of making the children occupied in other ways.
Okay, just as a final thought, here in Nigeria, how can we make sure that our children are getting the benefits of a technological future?
Okay, come again?
How can we make sure that our children are getting the full benefits, all the opportunities you just said, from a technological future?
Okay, it lies majorly with the government,
yeah,
and also with schools. Okay, I know for a fact that the government have started embracing STEM education in some states in Nigeria, and it's really, there's so much work being done in different states where innovation studios, STEM laboratories are being set up, and schools are also embracing STEM education wholeheartedly. Like they're integrating it into their curriculum, and they're also offering it as after-school services. So parents should look beyond the regular classroom work and see that there's so much more to be done for the future of these children. And then also every child should be able to have access to technology. They all have a right to that right now because that's where the world is moving on to.
Okay, great. Executive Director of the Creative Builders Club, Nneka Chukwulobe. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's it on the program today. Do have a lovely weekend. I'm Teniola Shibowale.